What's up, guys? So before we get the video going, man, just want to give a quick shout out to my boy BMOS for letting me borrow this card, and also a big shout out to my boy YPS for playing a game with me and helping me finish up this review just a little bit faster. Definitely also want to talk about. I know my most recent videos have been very expensive players, but my next player is going to be that Team of the Year Doug Martin. He's not that expensive, and on defense, it's going to be that flashback and Dominican Sue. He is a bit more, obviously a bit more expensive, but don't worry, guys. That Doug Martin card will be coming out soon. But for now, man, let's get to Vincent Jackson, man. 6'5", 97 overall, dual style, long pass, ground pound style. 93 speed, 92 agility, 93 excel, 97 catch, 95 jump, 92 route running, 98 catch in traffic, 97 release, 97 spectacular, and also has a 91 stiff arm, so definitely deadly after the run. I said that DeAndre Hopkins is my number one deep threat. Vincent Jackson gave him a huge run for his money, so definitely still debating on who's the number one receiver for that part of the game. But anyways, guys, enough talking. Let's get to the review. Every time I threw to Vincent Jackson, man, I always threw the ball high. He has great catch in traffic. He is 6'5", and of course, the higher you throw it, you know, the less chance the receiver has to smack the ball out of your hands. Now, yes, that does mean that your receiver will most likely get body slammed to the floor, but honestly, because he's so good at catching the ball in traffic, for the most part, he will hold on to it. Of course, as you can see here, great route runner. I don't normally run curls, but with Vincent Jackson, man, he just ran them so great, man. Got great separation, and even though on curls, of course, you don't have to throw the ball high, obviously, but right here I do throw it high a few times just because it's just a reflex when I throw to Vincent Jackson. But anyways, great separation, as you can see here. Great, also really good separation on drags and slants. He's not the fastest receiver with 94 speed, but that's still pretty good. And right there, you see right there, like I said, great run after catch receiver. Lower the shoulder or try to stiff arm with him. You will fall forward most of the time. He does have, I think, an 87 carries, so he should not fumble very often, but definitely don't think that you should definitely be taking on the linebackers over and over again. Definitely, try to swerve away from them when you can. As you can see here, like I said, drag, slants, curls, flat, post routes, all amazing with him right there too. Did not need to throw it high. I just can't help myself. Mainly because I thought the linebacker was gonna, come back down and try to pick it off like that guy did right there. But anyways, this right here is what I'm talking about. 94 speed. This kind of stuff will not happen too often, but if your opponent is pressing and you see Vincent Jackson beat the press, like right here, my opponent tried to press, he beat him, and somehow he outran that safety. So if you see he's open, of course throw it deep, but it's not something that you should try to lean on too often. This right here, he will have his bad moments, just like any other receiver, but like I was saying, Hopkins is or was my number one receiver without a doubt. But honestly, I think I might have to give it to Jackson. I'm still debating on whether or not to do that. But what he did best, besides the deep pass, of course, was definitely in the end zone, man. For some reason, in the end zone, like at the 2 or 3 yard line. I mean, not the end zone, but the red zone, I mean. In the red zone, the ball was just clutch. I'm not sure why that was. I'm not complaining, but definitely surprised. Like right here, these red zone. Oh god, that game was so laggy. I hated that game. I hate laggy games. But anyways, in the red zone, one-handed and hold it to the ground. Once again, one-handed, held it to the ground. So many receivers would try to one-hand it and then drop it. Man, so right there, see, catches it in midair, gets slammed to the ground and held on to it. So it was definitely fun throwing to the red zone in Vincent Jackson. But this right here is what I was talking about, man, the deep ball. Yes, I know some guys will still say this is a bit cheesy to do over and over again, but you know, when you have a receiver that's just so good at it, you just can't help yourself. Like even if you're winning the game, it's just fun to throw it up and see if he can come down with it. And this is what I was talking about before with Hopkins. I'm still debating on whether or not Hopkins is better than Jackson or Jackson better than Hopkins. Of course, Jackson does have that 6'5" frame, and Hopkins I think has like a 6'1". So you would think at first that maybe it's Jackson because he's so much taller. But honestly, Hopkins came down with a few more than Jackson did. And this right here, obviously, catching the ball and just throwing guys off. Hopkins didn't do that too often. And also, if you throw it deep to Jackson, I do recommend that you throw the ball high, whether it's a bullet or a lob. Just make sure that you're holding down L1. That would definitely force him to jump up higher along with that corner, and most likely that corner would not be able to get up as high. As you can see right there, they all try to jump forward because I threw it extra high. So keep that in mind. So if you guys pick up Vincent Jackson, or if you already have Vincent Jackson, Let me know how he played for you. Let me know where he excelled for you, and also let me know it. Do you abuse the deep pass like I'm doing right here? Let me know how he plays for you, and also let me know, do you think that he's better than DeAndre Hopkins with the deep pass at least? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, Vincent Jackson definitely worth checking out, man. I know he's expensive, but if you abuse the deep pass like these right here, he would definitely fit your scheme. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this review. My final thoughts: do I think he's worth 900,000? I feel like he's worth maybe 600,000, but of course, I don't think his price will drop that low anytime soon. I said that Hopkins is my new number one deep threat, and I still believe that he is. But Jackson definitely gave him a run for his money. Hopkins, I still believe, caught a few more deep passes than Jackson did, but definitely do not sleep on Vincent Jackson. I can only imagine if you teamed up Jackson with Hopkins and putting one on opposite sides and just throwing the ball deep to them all game, and that would just be a nightmare for any of your opponents. But definitely worth checking out. Is Vincent Jackson top five? I definitely think you can make the case for it. I mean, there's a lot of competition out there for that top five, but I definitely think that you could make a case for him. And also, being 6'5" is a great element for any receiver, man. It's always nice to have a tall receiver that you can throw the ball high to. And also, of course, like I said, very clutch in the red zone. So definitely check out Vincent Jackson if you get the chance. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, boys, and I will see y'all boys for the next review. Peace.